Hello everybody, Stitchadrolf here. Welcome to Dominions 4. I'll be playing Cetis once again in the War of the Young Gods. So, unexpected events occurred in our capital. Worldwide event has occurred. There was a battle in Cetis, with us being attacked independents. We discover patrolling scout in Harrowwood and in Dimmerwood. And we're under siege in Cetis, our capital, and patrolling troops have killed 6 filthy brigands. So what I was saying last episode about how it was attacking our capital, the stage event, so it wasn't gonna be too bad because we got 25 defense on the capital, and also some troops that are just recruited into it. These guys. Well, they weren't recruited into it because they're part of the garrison. But, well, let's just look at it. So, worldwide event, during the time of strife is ended, so less unrest. And the Battle of Cetis. So, in this battle, there's a lot of barbarians. Even more than I thought there would be, like, I think this is a 50 to 70 something, probably 50. And 13 hit points seems to be the general base, but over my regular militia guys, they're stomping. We needed the city guard to be in front. The army's takes too much losses at the point where just city guard in front, and the berserkers, well, do they get berserk? Section 7 versus Section 12. All in all, we should win. Yeah, like, at this point, we should be winning. This guy's berserk, gone berserk +3. Like, at this point in the battle, that would be a victory, but we just sinfully suffered already about most of the troops. Like, the weak ones went out in front and died in front of the city guard, which should have been in front, because you can't organize how province defense attacks, and rout, and most of them stay alive because of it. And the province, since the routing forces are province defense, they're all automatically dead anyway because they take control of the outer portion. And yeah, siege army is about 90 units. Army setup. Oh, not army setup. Read messages. 94 barbarians, actually. 20 of them died. So there's 76. So this force can finally be useful. But something I do see is that I see a couple of things which is making me reconsider my army of movements as seen over here with this moving in a Longshank. One is the besieging of my capital. The second thing is now there's 30 guys here in addition to probably going to be moved with the 70, and I'm pretty sure that he has it out for me. I'm pretty sure Niflheim has it out for me. And secondly, don't see a lot of Yomi units. We see Saramacia's presence, which is unfortunate because I wanted to take this land, but I can't. If I move against Covendowns, I'm moving against Saramacia at the same time. We'll both kill each other, and Yomi could probably walk back with an army. But this same time as that same time. Alright. So mainly I don't want to get attacked by Niflheim. If I do get attacked, then I'll march onto him with my 200 troops over here. These guys will all go down to move against Niflheim. I really expect a move from Niflheim. Something I don't expect is what this is here for. I don't know why. Unless Yomi's moving against Beritos, I have no idea why he is, unless he thinks I'm gonna move against him. Which I clearly can't do, as well, maybe not clear to him, but for myself at least, I can't make a third enemy. Niflheim already basically is like, it's just a matter of time before he attacks me. Though I'm still wondering where his god is. I would think that his god's gonna be... Oh no, never mind. His god is here. Yep. He's gonna move on to me. So, as soon as Niflheim marches onto my lands, I'm going to send this entire force all down against him. I'm gonna keep the city guardsmen in Harwood, in case this Jotun Skadi is backed up with some people. And they're gonna be defending instead of patrolling. Because if you patrol, you go, well, actually, maybe it might be better. Well, the thing is, do I think that they're all gonna die? Do I think that if the force here patrols with the 25 defense, then they'll both attack an attacker together, which basically, like, if it's the attackers are of an nearly equal strength, that's the better option. However, if the attacker clearly is overwhelming, then you just let them sit in Harwood, because if they sit, city guard just sit and defend, they'll stay in the fortress. Or is this a fortress? Yeah. And will provide their siege bonus. Not siege bonus, but it was like castle defense. Here, let's see. Defense, city guardsman. Castle defense bonus against the siege. So I'm gonna have him patrol because it's just one Jotun Skadi. If these troops go over here, then I'll put him back into the fort. These guys in Southwick Pass are gonna move on to Ruins Gulsethwic to move on to the barbarians next turn. These guys will stay here, and I'm moving only most of the troops out. I think I'm leaving Nambarbe here, you know, in case Yomi decides to be real sneaky, or even Beritos tries to be sneaky and attack me. If Niflheim does make a move on me, then I'll attack all his forces. I probably will have to go through Ruins of Gulsethwic, unfortunately. I'm not gonna probably go through Harwood unless he sends a incredibly large force into Harwood. And I'll attack Hidden Forest. I'll actually take control of the Palisade, and I'll probably move against Shale. And I got a phone call. I'm just gonna put an intermission here. Alrighty. Sorry about that. So, as I was talking about before, my plan of action is to take the palisades that he made in Hidden Forest. Won't be that hard to take. They'll probably take the fortress in Shale 2, unless he puts a great amount of defenders onto it as well. I don't really fear his army. Like, he's only 70 guys, and my army is really big. 140. blessed troops. I have these guys which I could take off of a being the archer sheet if because the Niflheim won't be employing the same undisciplined archers that Yomi is. Got a lot of lizard chariots and a wall of heavy infantry that's gonna soak most of the damage from the big Jotun units. However, fighting in Cold Dominion is something I would want to avoid at all possible. That will make, because cold makes my troops exhausted quickly. So I want to fight in my own territory. I don't expect Beritos to attack, especially at least not a place that has palisades. The attacks like Thorin or Ravenna is the only ones where I can imagine that these Blackhawks could probably conquer. Well, actually, Bitter Pass. I don't think you'd even want to conquer Bitter Pass, Beritos. Though. The reason why I definitely might consider that Beritos could be moving against me is because it seems, especially from Helheim's messages, who's over here in Borism at Idlewater, is that they're friends, like how me and Beritos were once established to be friends, and I'm like if Beritos is probably gonna take more territory, I'd probably look to be the juiciest target with controlling part of the this little lake area here. Well, it's probably bigger than a lake in like the scheme of like looking at it as a world. Maybe it's like a whole ocean, but I'm just gonna address it like that. And he'll get area over here. However, the water looks more appealing than the land, as unless Yomi hates Beritos, Yomi will probably fight with Beritos over the land. But he's also busy with Sarmatia, so strategically Yomi wants to consolidate how many enemies he has to just Sarmatia. I'm going to actually let Yomi and Sarmatia fight between themselves. I think I'm just going to move back, leave a decent force in Dimmerwood under Namarbe, and just in case, for mostly Yomi attack with archers and falchineers. The archers more important, and I think I'm recruiting, even more archers. The rest of the army will go down Longshank, who will easily crush the besieging barbarians. Then we'll probably move down, and at the point where we move to Longshank and into Satis, I believe that Niflheim might have already started to move against me. He has his pretender here and everything. So, take Hid Forest into Shale, into White Mountains, and hopefully that'll at least convince him for some sort of peace. I would be willing to give up White Mountain claim to White Mountains if I could keep these Shale and Hidden Forest, because it is his cap circle. But if it really comes to it and he's not willing to negotiate at White Mountains, I'll probably move on to his capital and force to surrender. I don't want, I might, if I have to move against his capital, I might be able to subjugate him. And basically like, alright, you're gonna do as I say for a while, and you're gonna basically move in the name of me. Or I could just take all of his land and just kill him outright. I don't know. see a bit too much Europa Universalis. Just look at small people, or at least people that you've made small, and then just turn them into vassals and make them get land for you. But eventually, as a eventual Vyre for, well, Vyre's not the probably not the right word or terminology. He's a potential candidate for victory as long as he's alive, so he won't always serve me. If it comes to a time where all he's doing is just being subservient to me, he might probably just leave the game. I'm really thinking I win the fight. Do I win against Jotun Huskarls and Niflgiants, 40 of them, with his Pretender? If he moves this, there'll be 7 of him, and these guys are Huskarls and Skin Shifters. Which just adds on to what these guys are over here. So mostly seems to be Huskarls, and the guys on the bottom are Skin Shifters, I think. Top are Huskarls along with these guys. And I think my overwhelming forces, especially if moving back into Satis and grabbing even more people once I stop the besiegement, will be enough. Though I don't know if his troops are just too darn big to be able to deal with. That'll be the turn. Move back into Longship with the main army. Leave some guys there in case like anyone from the north decides to also want to try and take a piece of me. These guys will move back and hope not to get squashed under Niflheim and help attack Niflheim. And these guys will patrol, as I think that one Jotun Skirati can't eliminate 50 people. See you guys later.